In today's video, we'll be talking about how the Sith Order came to be formed during what was known as the 100-Year Darkness. This period of war was detailed in Star Wars Legends, but has been made canon. So I'm going to go over the Legends version of the story first, and then I'll get into the pieces that are actually true in the new canon. The 100-Year Darkness was a war that began 7,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, and lasted for, you guessed it, 100 years. The seeds of the war were planted when a group of Dark Jedi left the Order in what became known as the Second Great Schism. I say they were Dark Jedi, but they had noble intents. They began experimenting with the Force and alchemy, and came to believe that further experimentation could lead to powers in reviving dead beings or even entire dead worlds. Most of the Jedi disagreed with their methods, and the rogue Jedi were exiled. Enraged, the exiles raised an army of dark-side zombie-like monsters to help them fight against the remaining Jedi. Their army was easily overwhelmed, so the Dark Jedi continued to experiment by creating more and more extreme dark-side creatures like the Leviathan. Even still, they were pushed back until their last stand in the Battle of Korbos, where they finally surrendered. The survivors were rounded up and stripped of their weapons and armor. While the Republic demanded public executions, the Jedi showed mercy, ordering them to venture into unknown space. They were herded into unarmed transports and forced to leave the Republic forever. Their journey led them to a world that would one day be known as Korriban. The planet was the home of the Sith species, who were naturally strong in the dark side of the Force. They accepted the exiled Dark Jedi as their rulers. 2,000 years of interbreeding formed a new group of dark-side practitioners that became known as the Sith Order. So that's the Legends version of the creation of the Sith, but how much of that is actually canon? Officially, not a whole lot. However, the 100-Year Darkness was mentioned by name in the 9th issue of the main Star Wars comic. When Luke is commanded to open a Jedi holocron or die, the stress causes him to open every holocron in the room, which is a super cool scene. Well, one of the recorded messages states, "Once we were brothers in the Force, but from the 100-Year Darkness were born the Sith." So the Sith are confirmed to still have their origins as Jedi that split off from the Order during the 100-Year Darkness. The specifics we don't currently know. We don't know why exactly the schism formed or how the war played out. The Sith species themselves are currently not canon either. So I think if we ever get a new origin story of the Sith, it'll probably play out differently. All that said, the Dr. Aphra comic is currently unraveling a story about the Jedi that sounds very similar to the Second Great Schism. A splinter group of Jedi called the Ordu Aspectu seek immortality, and the Jedi wish to stop them. We're told two versions of the story, and it's ambiguous who the quote-unquote good guys are in this situation, but both versions end with the disappearance of the Ordu. We also know the Ordu has some connection with the Massassi, who in Legends were a subspecies of the original Sith race that built the temples on Yavin 4. So the Dr. Aphra comic could be telling us a new canon version of the 100-Year Darkness and how the Sith Order was born. But that's it for today. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.